What if I told you that The Boys finale wasn't actually about defeating Homelander? Because by the end of episode 8, the biggest villain isn't Homelander, Butcher, or Vought. It's the idea that power always creates monsters. And that's exactly why the ending of The Boys is much darker than most fans realize. Today, we're breaking down the hidden meaning behind episode 8, why Homelander's downfall was inevitable, what Butcher's final choice really means, and the detail almost everyone missed. Section 1. The opening funeral is the key. The episode begins with Frenchie's funeral. Most viewers see this as emotional setup, but narratively, it's much more important than that. Frenchie represented redemption. Throughout the series, he was proof that damaged people could still choose humanity. His death sends a message to every surviving character. Nobody gets a clean ending. That's why the funeral scene feels so uncomfortable. The show is preparing us for a finale where victory comes with a cost. Frenchie's death becomes the emotional catalyst for Kimiko's transformation and motivates the team's final push against Homelander. Section 2. Homelander becomes a cult leader. The most fascinating thing about episode 8 isn't Homelander's strength, it's his religion. Notice how Homelander no longer acts like a superhero. He doesn't even act like a dictator, he acts like a prophet. His White House speech isn't about politics, it's about worship. For 5 seasons, Homelander wanted love, then he wanted fear, now he wants devotion. And that's the final stage of his character evolution. The writers are showing us that absolute power eventually stops seeking approval. It starts demanding faith. Section 3. Why Homelander had to lose. Here's what many fans misunderstand. Homelander doesn't lose because he's weaker. He loses because his ideology collapses. The entire season proves one thing. Every relationship he has is built on fear. Ryan rejects him. His followers obey him. His allies use him. Nobody actually loves Homelander, and that's the tragedy. His greatest weakness was never physical. It was emotional. Ryan's rejection is especially important because it destroys Homelander's belief that his legacy can survive through family. Section 4. The real story is Butcher. The finale appears to be Homelander's story, but it's actually Butcher's story. From episode 1, Butcher has been driven by revenge. Everything he does comes from hate. The question of the entire series is simple. Can you destroy a monster without becoming one? Episode 8 finally answers that question. Butcher realizes that defeating evil through total destruction only creates more suffering. That's why his final choices matter more than the fight itself. Section 5. The hidden message of the ending. The Boys started as a satire of superheroes, but it ended as a warning about power. Not superhero power, political power, corporate power, celebrity power, religious power. The show argues that whenever society stops questioning powerful people, disaster follows. That's why Homelander's downfall isn't treated like a triumph, it's treated like a tragedy, because another Homelander can always appear. The finale repeatedly emphasizes systems and institutions rather than a single villain, leaving the world changed, but not necessarily fixed. So what do you think? Did The Boys deliver a satisfying ending? Or did the show spend 5 seasons building toward a finale that could never fully pay off the hype? Drop your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed this deeper analysis, hit subscribe.